Hi YouTube, this is Jack Hatter. Sorry you can't really see me right now. I am still here. It's just I have a weird setup for my kitchen right now, but I was going to do a little product review for you guys. So, as you guys probably know, I am a cosplayer, and some things that are really hard are to get prosthetics, or not necessarily prosthetics, but like props that are cheap to make and also lightweight so that they don't make you feel like you're wearing 20 tons of brick on your head. There was something that I found on Pinterest that I decided to check out called Instamorph, and it's these little bitty plastic pellets. I don't know if you can see it. Let me open it up and show you guys. But it's just these tiny little plastic pellets like this, and it doesn't look like much, but you can get them in different sizes and such, or I mean different amounts. And essentially what you do is you just boil water, like I've done right here already, as in like it actually needs to be bubbling because it has to be hot enough for it to melt it, and you pour them in there and it'll turn completely clear from this white color to completely clear. This is something that I made for a cosplay that's coming up that I may show you guys a tutorial on. But it's essentially you'll just make it, pour them in there and it'll become completely clear, and they'll stick together, and you just take them out with some tongs because you don't want to put your hands in boiling water. Also, this does require you boiling water, so if you are a young kid, I recommend getting some parental help with this. But stuff is absolutely amazing to use for light products that you can wear on your head. Like I'm putting this on a headband because I'm needing to make some little horns for the cosplay that I was telling you about. So what I would recommend when you do this, when you put it in there, don't mold it right away to what you're needing. I made that mistake the first time I used this, and the horn, it was a different thing of horns like this, but it was bumpy because I didn't smooth it out first. What I would recommend you do is that first you smooth it out into a very thin layer of the plastic right here, and it's really sturdy once it dries, but after you do that and kind of smooth it out a bit, you'll just put it back into here. I hope I can make this work. You'll just put it back into here and let it sit for a second, and it's going to start becoming clear once it heats up. You have to get the water really hot. And the reason you want to get it into a very thin slab is because when I reheated the other horn to get it to be moldable again, because these are reusable, but to get it to be moldable again, I had to boil it, take off some, and then boil it again, because I couldn't take off all of it at the exact same time because the heat wasn't penetrating deep enough to get into it. So let me see if I can straighten this up a bit. Sorry about this. But the heat wasn't hot enough to penetrate all the way through, so I had to take off layer by layer. So when you first do it, whatever you're going to do, you always want to make sure that it's thin when you smooth it out. And then you boil some water again. You'll have to boil it a lot, but after you boil it again, then you'll put it back in the water. And as you can probably see, it's starting to turn clear around the edges. It's kind of hard to see because it's a white thing in there, but it's starting to turn clear around the edges. And after that, you're able to shape it into whatever you want. And this is just a small bag, but you can get larger bags, and these are all available on Amazon. Not sponsored, but I will take a sponsorship if you want to, Amazon. Hint, hint. But you can find this on Amazon. There's a couple different places you can find it on, but these things are amazing for cosplayers. And let me go ahead and get this out because I think it's just about ready. Yes, it's ready to mold now. And you'll be able to see when it's completely clear. As you can see now, it is pretty much transparent. And once it's like that, you just dip off the excess water. It will be still hot a little bit, so you may want to dry off the excess water on it from like a kitchen towel or something. But after that, you've got this, and you can just kind of mold it to whatever you need. So I'm just going to be. You don't want to drop it like that though. It was really slick, so that's why it dropped. But you're just going to start morphing it to whatever you need. So I'm going to have the headband here, so I have a good reference on what I'm needing, and it does start hardening relatively quickly, so you want to kind of work fast. And you got to make sure that it's whatever you're needing, and this will dry white like that first one that I showed you. And if you're doing like horns like this, you're going to want to try and make them as symmetrical as possible so that it doesn't look like complete trash. But let me see if I can do that. And if you're doing a headband, you want to make sure that the bottom part is fit to the ground or to the actual curve of the headband, because it is going to be harder to glue it if it's not right for the headband. Like that's what I did with that one. That one I did the wrong side, so I had to reheat the bottom and reshape it. But see, it's starting like that, so you'll have that right there, and then I have this right here. And I'll put a link to this in the video that I use this for, at least tutorial wise. And you just have this just like that. And that's all Instamorph is. And what's good is that there are certain packs online called color packs. So like if you need to color this but you don't want to paint it, or the paint won't look good on it because it's like a different material or whatever, they have color packs that come with red, yellow, and blue, and it tells you how to mix those certain colors together to get certain color plastics. So if you're needing something that's a different color, like say you need this in red or like in orange or something like that, you can use that and make it the color that you need. And as you can see, this is already starting to get more translucent than transparent, and eventually it will just turn completely white. And after that you can like hot glue or super glue on or whatever. So yeah, that's my product review of Instamorph, and if you want to buy it, I'll try to put a link to the Amazon in the description. Alright, well thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.